Welcome back to another episode of Africa Farming. My name is Samuel and I'm glad that you've joined us in this new episode. In the last episode, when we were talking about the deep litter system of chicken rearing, we actually discussed some of the merits and demerits of that system. And I promised you that in the next episode, we'll be talking about the battery caging system. In this episode, time has come that we need to discuss the merits and demerits of the battery caging system. For those of us joining us for the first time and joining the Africa Farming family, this channel is focused on new generation farmers and new entrants in farming who are willing to learn new farming practices. So take a second or two to subscribe, hit on the notification bell, and you can also go on our social media handles, connect with us at Africa Farming KE on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. At Africa Farming on YouTube and Facebook, and let's join the Africa Farming family. What exactly is battery cage system of chicken rearing? In this system of chicken rearing, cages, metal cages with galvanized iron flows. Sometimes they can actually use plastic. Hard plastic, robust plastic, are placed inside a house, and compartment units within the cages are actually done so that chickens can actually 2 to 3 chickens can be kept in those compartment units. You'll find that the floor on these cages is actually slopy, just to aid in egg collection. And this system is actually very easy and very good and recommended for people who are doing layer chicken farming. Sometimes automatic drinkers and feeders are kept within the house, within these cages, and the droppings are actually collected in some sort of a pit where a metal scraper actually just collects these droppings for manure purposes. Having said that, what are some of the advantages or merits of using this system of chicken rearing? Now, number one, this system of chicken rearing saves on space. You don't need a lot of space to do battery caging system because, as I said, chickens are actually kept in compartment units within these metal cages. So if you have a small space within your backyard, you can always practice chicken farming using this battery caging system. Secondly, chickens are actually more energetic because due to the fact that they are kept in the cages, they don't walk around so much, so they keep their energy for production. So those people who are doing layer chicken farming, you find that your egg production is higher compared to the deep litter system of chicken farming because chickens, kind of keep that energy for purposes of production. Number three, cases of cannibalism and egg pecking are rare because same thing, due to the fact that they're in cages, they don't get to, interact with other chickens. So chances of them, sorry, there are chickens behind me. So chances of them pecking on the eggs, remember, as I said, they have sloppy floors, to ease the egg collection. So the eggs are not within their proximity. So in such a case, cases of egg pecking or cannibalism is actually, the cases are actually reduced, right? The fourth reason why the battery cage system is recommended, disease control is easier. Same thing, they are caged, so interaction with other chickens is actually less. So if one chicken gets sick, chances of it spreading to other chickens is low as compared to the deep litter system where chickens interact so much. So if one chicken gets sick, it can actually spread it to the other chickens. The other reason why people prefer this system of chicken rearing is it's less labor intensive. Remember, in the deep litter system, you had to spread your litter, change it periodically. You had to come and pick the eggs yourself. If you're doing layer chicken farming, you have to come and inspect individual chickens, and in cases of large flocks, it's always very cumbersome. In the battery caging system, collection of eggs is, due to the sloppy flow, is made easier. Because of the cages, even just inspecting your chickens is easy to do. For those people who are telephone farmers, most farmers, especially in urban centers, are telephone farmers. You want to call back your farm guy, ask how things are going. Now, this system, especially if you're considering chicken farming, this system will be perfect for you because, as I've said, most of the things are automated and mechanized. So for telephone farmers, it's easier to control and maintain because even cases of theft are low compared to the deep litter system, because birds are the same thing. Birds are kept in cages, so you are able to take stock and document records for each of those chickens that you have. The other reason is this system is easier for people to detect unproductive birds, and especially layers. So as I've told you, you always do egg collection. I have a very naughty cock here that is crowing. Is that called crowing? Yeah, that is crowing all the time. Anywho, it's easier to detect unproductive birds when it comes to egg collection, because from the cages, the separate cages, you're able to know which bird is productive, which one is not productive, and in such a case it might influence your decision on whether to, you know, get rid of a bird or, you know, change, you know, like its feed and, you know, something like that. So basically those are some of the advantages of using the battery cage system. When it comes to the demerits, number one, the setup costs are very high. Remember, we are using specialized galvanized metal equipment for this system. So, you know, just buying the metal cages, you really would need a lot of money. Secondly, apart from just buying the galvanized metal cages, you also need to construct a house where you will keep these cages. So compared to the deep litter system, you'll find that the battery cage system is slightly more expensive compared to the deep litter system. Secondly, maintenance costs are also high. Remember, this specialized equipment might need maintenance here and there. Deep litter system, the only thing that maybe you might incur is changing the litter, the wood shavings and all that, which is readily available in any locality that you are within. But when it comes to these galvanized metal cages, for you to do, for example, if it's broken here and there, for you to just maintain, you'll find that you have to get specialized skill set from people who are professionals in that specific field. So it will be more costly also to maintain this system. So another reason, especially for those people who want to keep large flock of birds, this system might be very expensive for you because chickens are kept in cages. So if you have a large flock, it means you have to buy more cages and more cages and more cages. And also in the long run, you'll need more space because these cages are kept in a house and the house is constructed on space. So if, let's say, you have a large flock of birds, compared to the deep litter system, you'll need more space, and at the same time you'll also need more metal cages, which might actually be more costly or costlier for you. Another reason why most people don't recommend this system is because they are caged. They kind of get obese. Sometimes they can get obese, and this weight issue might cause what we call fatty liver syndrome. Fatty liver syndrome might cause stress. You'll find that your chickens are bored. They kind of look depressed. This chicken here, they kind of look depressed, and in essence, this kind of results in in lower production, especially in, you know, layers. The other reason against this system is mechanical faults coming from this galvanized metal might end up injuring your chickens within the cages. You might have breakages within the cages and the compartment units, which might end up, you know, injuring or hurting your chickens in the long run. So if not detected early, it might actually cause you more harm than good. Now, due to the fact that they are caged, I remember in the deep litter system we talked about birds being free to move around, you know, flying on the perches up and down. So they kind of feel happy in the deep litter system. In this compartmentalized system of caging, you find that the birds look bored and stressed. So you might end up having birds that are not happy. And in fact, in some countries, this system has been banned. And in others, some rules have actually been changed when it comes to the battery caging system, meaning that they've actually increased even the dimensions of a cage to allow the birds to move around within the cages. So this system is not good, especially for people who feel like that is sort of imprisonment of the birds. And personally, I share that view. So at the end of the day, it's you to compare those two systems. We've talked about the deep litter system. For those people who have not watched that video, the link is on the description. So at the end of the day, it's up to you to decide which system is better for you. As I told you, personally, we prefer the deep litter system because of the advantages that we talked about in that video. And that's it for us today. If you have any feedback with regards to this video, if maybe we've missed one or two things, you can actually go to the comment section. Let us know what your feedback is. If you want to connect with us on our social media handles, you can always find us at Africa Farming KE on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, or Africa Farming on YouTube and Facebook. Kindly make sure you subscribe to this video. If you've not watched our videos, go back to our channel, watch videos that are relevant to you, and I hope we'll learn one or two things within the spectrum of our scope of shooting videos, which is basically farming. And until next time, changamka na ukulima. Bye bye. Hey, hizi kuku mazee zinapiga kelele.